Hello, in this library video tutorial, we'll show you how to use the database Jstor. First, we're going to navigate to the database page from the SFCC main website. At the top, click on Student Tools, scroll down to Library, scroll down to the blue box that says Research Databases. Jstor is located on the left-hand side under Popular Databases. You will be required to click the link to log into Jstor. This is what your login screen will look like. You do have to sign in if you're logging in from off campus. Your username and password is listed on that main database page. It's going to be your school email, which is your first name, first initial of your last name, last four digits of your student ID number at bigfoot.spokane.edu. And the default password is your student ID number. If you have any troubles logging in, please see our video on logging in to library databases. Once you're in Jstor, I recommend actually clicking on the little link under the big box that says Advanced Search. I think it's easier to search this way. So I would recommend only searching one search term per box here. You want to keep in mind that you can't search for full sentences when using a library database. Instead, we use keywords, which are the main idea of what we're looking for. So let's say in this instance, I'm interested kind of in the history of economic crisis in the United States. With the databases, you do want to specify location or country because it will pull things from around the world. Now, you'll notice that I've put quotes around both of my terms here. This makes it so that it looks for those different terms as a phrase rather than just finding like economic in one paragraph and crisis in another. This way it helps narrow my search, so I'm looking for specifically words with economic crisis together as a phrase and United States. So let's go ahead and give that a search. So we can see that I have 13,554 search results. From here I can look at my results, but I also can narrow down what I'm looking for. So let's say economic crisis was too broad and I've decided that I really want to focus on the Great Recession from 2008. We can see I've gone from 13,000 to 1,306 results. I also can narrow my results on the left-hand side. In Jstor, you do get book chapters you can look at, but let's say if I just wanted articles, I could click journals and it will only give me contact from journals. It's important to note that Jstor is really good for historical content, anything surrounding language and literature, economics, political science, anthropology. It tends to lean a little bit more historical, and that all of its content is scholarly. So you're only going to find scholarly articles in this database. I can also specify the time frame that I want the articles published from. So I'm only asking for things published between 2010 and 2019. It's important to note with Jstor that there's a time lag on when articles are published versus where you can access them. And there's anywhere between 3 to 5 years. So if I'm looking for content that was published in the last 3 or 5 years, it's unlikely that I'll find much actually up to 2019. So we're going to notice that some of the articles might be a little older. There's a little bit of a lag. What's also really great about Jstor is that you can narrow by subject area. So let's say that I'm researching this from a historical perspective. I could select history and it will only give me sources related from a historical perspective. So let's say this first one looks particularly interesting to me. It looks like it's the Great Recession and the Great Depression. If I click on the actual title, it will take me to the article. Here you can see that I can flip through the article page by page. You'll also want to note on the left-hand side, it's going to tell you where this was published from. So it looks like this is from MIT Press, American Academy of Arts and Sciences. So it's just important to look at that because it gives you some context from what that journal is all about. What perspective are we taking this article? If you want a stable URL, which means that you can share this link with a fellow student or instructor, email it to yourself, this URL right here will get you right back into this particular article. You can also cite the article by clicking the citation button and selecting the appropriate format. Make sure that you read through the citation and it's correct. Sometimes they have a few issues. And then on the right-hand side here, you can see that you can share the article through a number of means, including email, if you would like to email it to yourself, or you can download the article. Just note that there are some terms and conditions that you might want to read, but once you hit the accept button, it will give you a PDF copy. From here, you can print the article or download it and save it on your own device. You'll also note after I downloaded the PDF, it has given me some information here on other searches that might be relevant to what I'm looking for. So always be paying attention to what the database is telling you might be helpful for your topic. Those are the basics of using Jstor. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our research desk at 509-533-3834. And please feel free to use our 24/7 chat feature as well if you'd like to ask us any questions online. We can help with research and also anything library services related. Thank you and have a wonderful day.